Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Hey, I was contacted by a very sweet lady named Becky at the Queen Ducky here on YouTube. I'll put a link in my description bar. And she is a newbie, and you guys know I love my newbies. And she is asking me, gosh, I want to do a charm, kind of like one of the charms that I make for purses and things is what I think she's talking about. But she wants to make a charm for a special someone. She doesn't want to mess it up. So she's like, what tools and what kind of things do you use to do that? And since I'm not like tenured at any of this, I'm going to just share with her some of the things that I do. Maybe some of you guys will also benefit from it as well. So Becky, this is specially aimed at you. So here we go. So the tools that I got, I went through a couple of these kinds of tools, and I'm going to try and go through them here, organize my thoughts. The first ones I bought, these are round nose pliers, and these are very, very important. You have to have these if you're going to be making charms. This is a bead landing brand, and I think I got this from Michael's, and these turned out to not be my favorite. They're not as sturdy as I need them. When I would turn things, I don't know if you can, hopefully you're able to see that, probably not, but they don't line up evenly after I made a few charms. They kind of bent a little bit. So I would not recommend getting the bead landing. I love bead landing products, but I'm not really liking their tools. So personally, I would kind of stay away from those. The ones that I did get that I use a lot, which are smaller and they're just easier for me to handle, are Bead Buddy ones. And I got these from Joann's. And I think these were like $7.99. I don't remember before or after coupon, but you can use all kinds of coupons at Joann's. So the Bead Buddy tools seem to be working better for me. I'm sure that there's better ones out there, but I'm not a professional jewelry maker, so I just don't want to spend tons and tons of money on it. So Bead Buddy tools I think are good tools to get. It seems to be working out for me. So what you're going to need, I know I'm not going in order here, you need your round nose pliers, and you can probably see those. They're rounded and they're like a cone, so you need a set of those. You need some chain nose pliers. They're flat here. Hopefully you can see they're flat. You're going to need a set of those. Okay, and they also have a cutter there. And that is a Bead Buddy as well. And I like the size of these. They just work really well for my hands. So, and this is round nose pliers, and they come to kind of a point, not a tip, but to a point. And this, along with this, is how you're going to do your jump rings, okay? So this round nose one is a great tool to have as well. And I'm sure that Bead Buddy sells these, but this just happens to be one that my hubby had and I stole. Okay, he gave it to me. And then a good set of wire cutters, and I snagged these from my hubby. So, but I think that when you go to Joann's, you could probably buy sets or buy them individually. It's up to you. So when you first start doing these, you're gonna spend a little bit, like maybe $7 to $9 for some of these tools, and some of them are a little bit cheaper. But use your coupons and make that choice. So those are the tools that you're gonna need. So I'm gonna put those aside. There's more tool options, but those are the ones that will get you to do everything that you want to do. As far as the chain, I buy the Blue Moon Beads chain. Again, I find this at Joann's, and I like how thick this is for the purse charms that I make. There's all kinds of chain options, so go with whatever you'd like. If you're going to put it on a purse, it's going to get tugged on a lot, so make sure that you use something that's a nice sturdy chain. The necklace ones and the more frilly ones, I would stay away from if you're doing, like a chain like this. It's really pretty. It's great for necklaces, but it's not going to work on something that's going to get tugged on someone's purse. So, but as you can see the difference, so this one's much better. So I actually still have this in the package, so I thought, oh, that works. So Blue Moon has some good stuff. So along with the tools, that's the chain that you're going to need. Okay, put that aside. You're going to need some Lobster Clasps or some kind of clasp. You can use the Tim Holtz like this. You can use the Tim Holtz swivel clasps if you'd like. That might work out if that's what you have on hand. You know, and they can just put it on their purse that way and add a chain to it. It's up to you. Depends on the color though, you know what I mean? If it's on a purse and you're looking for bling, that's not very blingy. If you're looking for vintage or more worn, you know, shabby looking, that might be better. Depends. So, and there's different size clasps. I have a hard time finding these really big ones at the stores. I can find them online. This one I found at Joann's, but it was in a different area. It was like really thick chains, and that's kind of big. And some of the better quality purses, like the Coach purses, they have the real thick wire. This doesn't fit around there. So then they have a hard time putting it on their purse. They have to put it on like another little chain. So try to get a bigger type of clasp if you can, because that tends to work better, especially for the purse charms. Okay? So lots of different options. You just have to shop it around and see what you like. But I would stick, if you're doing a purse charm for a special someone, I would stick with one of the biggest ones you can find. If you can't find a bigger one, it's okay. Get them this one. And usually purses have little chains on them, and they can just attach it to the chain or to a buckle. They'll find a way. So there's that. And then all the beads and things. But before I get to the beads, you're going to need some head pins. And I'll show you some of the ones that I have that I got good deals on at Joann's and Michael's. I can't remember where. But these are usually pretty cheap. They're like $1.99 or 99 cents. Again, use coupons whenever you can, of course. But these are flat head pins, and you need these to make each little dangle. Okay, so you're going to need a good variety of flathead pins in the sizes that you want. And by flathead, it looks like a nail. Okay, that's all it is. It looks like a nail, but it's not pointy at the end. And I have different sizes. These smaller ones are great for the little dangles that you want, but sometimes you want to do an extending dangle. You want to add some beads on in a line. So these ones might work better. So I would get a good variety of them. Get some small ones, and some of them come in packs. So you can get some small ones, some medium size, and some long ones. These are 3-inch. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, these are 3-inch head pins. And these are, and they come in different colors. You can get gold, you can get silver. I personally, for the purse charms, I like the silver look. It just sparkles more. I just think it looks better. But here's some gold ones, head pins. And then I really like the ball pins. They have a ball at the tip. Let me find mine real quick. Hold on. I'm almost out of them, and I just ordered a bunch more from an eBay seller way in China, so I'll get it like in next year. Just kidding. I'll get it in about a month. But these little pins, these are great for just single bead or 2 small bead dangles that you're going to make. It ends with a pin right. It ends the bead with the pin at the bottom. Let me grab a quick bead, this random one that I have here. Hey-o. Okay. So it makes it look nice at the end. And I use these ones for my rings, and I like them on earrings and things like that. So I really like those, but I have a hard time finding them at the store. Maybe you'll have an easier time finding them at the store. But I like those. If you can't find those, it's okay, because there's a workaround. If you can't find those, I know you'll be able to find these, the smaller head pins. And once you get these, you will also need some teeny tiny little silver beads. These, I don't think that these are the seed beads, but they're teeny tiny, and they're great for ending a little charm. So there, you could put that on there and then put your bead on, and it looks okay too. This one is not looking okay because this hole is not fitting in this one, because this head pin is a little thicker. Some of the head pins have a little thicker gauge than others, and I wouldn't, the gauges depends. I don't like these ones that are super thick. I like the thinner ones. But I'll show you on here. So once you put you're going to need these teeny tiny ones. It just gives it a finished look, I think. They're not required, because it's fine without it too, but I just want to show you the difference between them. those teeny tiny balls. There's ones that are a little bigger as well. And I'm looking for them. Usually you can buy them on like a string. Depends on how big you like them. You put that on there. Put your bead on there. And then you would just curl it. And I'll show you how to do that too. I got lots of other videos for that. But this is special for you, so I will show you. Okay? So buying these little tiny, tiny ones is good. I wouldn't get the seed beads. Get the tiniest centimeter silver bead you can find. Okay? I'm getting all messed up here. So, and these aren't, this isn't required. You don't have to buy that brand. Buy whatever brand that you get the better deal on. Okay, but different sizes, again, is going to be good to have on hand while you're making these charms. Okay, then some of the other things that you're going to need are some spacer beads. You've got lots of options for those, okay? And I'm just showing you a few of the options that I happen to have on hand. And the spacer beads, I'll show you why you want these and the difference. Let me grab a head pin. Just have a head pin real quick. And I'm just going to grab a couple crazy beads I just happen to have on hand. Okay, and if I'm making a charm, let's say I want to start with green. But if I just, whoops, that didn't work. And you'll find that too. Some of the bigger beads, they have the bigger holes. So you need these little ones to stop it, because they'll go right through your head pin. They all have different sizes. But when you have a good variety of these little tiny beads on hand, then that's not an issue. So you just stop it like that. So let's say I want to make a little design here. Okay, and I like that. Let's say I like that combination. Okay, and that looks okay, but it doesn't look as good as it can look, and I'll show you. So notice that. Okay, that's fine. Those are pretty beads. Looks great. But the difference here, all my little things are messed up here, so hopefully I can grab some of what I need. The difference I want to show you is what spacer beads make. These are the spacer beads, the tiny ones that you put in between your beads. I think that they make them look so much prettier. Okay. And then I'll put maybe this one. I'm just playing, I don't even know. And then maybe this one. And then maybe a smaller little daisy type of spacer. And then I would put a smaller one. I think this is, I don't know about these colors, guys, I'm just doing it. But so which way do you think looks better? With the spacers or without? I like the spacers personally. I just think it adds more to it, makes it blingier and prettier. And you don't have to use the same spacers, you can mix them up. You can use smaller ones. You can use these ones. These are the rondelle spacers with little gems in them. And sometimes what I'll do is Joann's will have those bracelets with all those beads on them for like $3.99, and they have a bunch of these in the bracelet. Take the bracelet apart, take all the beads out, use the beads, and use these for your spacers, because these are really pretty. I think these look really pretty on, oops. Well, let's just do it on the bottom. See how pretty that looks? It adds a lot to it. And for $3.99 you get quite a few of those on those bracelets, and you just take it apart. You can buy packs of them. I mean, they have much better quality ones, but before you buy those bracelets at Michael's, at Walmart has them too sometimes, go through them and check, because these will fall out sometimes. So, but that's kind of a cheap way to get some of those on hand for when you're first starting out, to see what you like. And then you get extra beads as well. So there you go. So that's the use of the spacers, and why I think that it just makes it prettier. And you can get a good variety of them. There's all kinds of different ones out there. These ones look really pretty too. They look really nice. So, and I'll make a quick charm for you and show you how to do a bunch of stuff here too. Okay, So I'll put all these aside. So you're gonna need those spacers. Obviously you need beads. You know, just get a variety of beads from Joann's. I'll show you what I'm gonna be working with because I need a black and white purse charm. And I'm gonna get that started and show you how to do stuff too. And these are some of the spacer beads with the gems in them that I got from Tara, Nurse Tara 04. And I'm just showing you those. They're really pretty. Really, really pretty. Okay, and then you're also gonna need jump rings. And get the thicker ones. When you look at them, you'll be able to compare them. Hold them up to each other. These are quite a bit thicker than, let me grab the other ones. And I have, these are the smaller gauge ones, and these are the bigger gauge ones. And hopefully you can see, let me get up here. I hope you can see the difference between that thicker one and these real thin ones. These are great for, you know, jewelry like earrings and things, but these thicker ones are the ones you're going to want to use because, again, it's going to be tugged on. And you don't want them losing their charms. And they'll be all stressed out and scared to tell you, I lost one. So you're going to need some jump rings. They have them in a variety of sizes. Don't get them too small for the purse charms because then you have a hard time wrapping it around the chain. So this size is a good size. So see my finger? Pinky finger? Maybe that'll help you measure. Okay? So try and get those. And then the other ones that I found, Blue Moon at Joann's has these oval ones. I'm really liking these. Oh. I thought I had it in my fingers. Blue Moon has these oval looking ones and I'm really liking those. So you can try those too. And those are pretty thick. Okay? You're going to need a good bit of those. Put that aside. Okay, so and then other options are some bead caps. A bunch of variety of bead caps. They're not, you don't have to get them, but if you like the look of the bead caps, you know, then by all means get some. But they're just little caps that go on the tops of your beads. Like so. I think it gives it a more shabby vintage look. And I like it. I think it's pretty. And you can stick spacers in between there with them too if you'd like. Yeah, however you want to do it. You'll just have to play with it and find out what you like and know what your friend likes too. Bead caps are great. I don't use them as much. I think it's like, I thought I was going to use a lot of them. And I do for the right project. When it's the right project, I use them, but not as much as I thought. So depending on, you know, if they like that shabby, more vintage look, get some. If not, I would stick with just buying more of these spacer beads and some of these pretty rondelle spacer beads. Okay? Got that. And then I can't think of anything else other than, of course, the beads. And these are just a few, like, depending on what your friend likes. Like, this is just like a long charm dangle thing that I made. Let me put all these beads back. And, okay. Here's another just single charm. So, I'm not real sure if you're looking to make like a big type of charm like I made and tackle a big one, or you want to just do a few little ones for her or him. I don't know who it is. Like, this is the one that I made for me that I love. I love it on my purse. I have this one, and then this is one that I made as well for somebody who I know likes blue and purple. So I'm thinking that you're going to want to make like a purse charm like this. I'm not sure, but I'm going to show you how to make all the little things that go on here. It looks all complicated, but it's really not. So I'll put these aside. Get all my tools back out. And then, oh, I have these out too. These are some Art Cake things that you can, if you see some Art Cake charms that you like that would go with something that your friend likes. These are kind of big, as you can measure them with my hand. You might want to add one of those to your charm. Like this is an Arctic cake piece, and I put it on mine, and I really love that addition. It's a special addition on there. This is going to be great on the black and white one, and I think I might use that. I'm not sure. Either that or this Paris one. But this one is really cool too. And you can't go wrong with a big old thing of bling, but those are just some options. So if you see some Arctic cake things that you like for your friend, then by all means you can add those, depending on how big you want the charm to get. I think it would overpower on a charm this size. Might overpower it a little bit. See what I mean? So keep the size in mind, you know? Okay? So when you start, I've got a little piece of chain on here. I don't know if that's going to be long enough, but we'll just go with it. So all you do is, you know what, I'm going to stop the video and restart it so I don't lose my time. Be right back.